25 states and UTs represented. The government says, look at the quality, the intellectual heft we have, several PhDs, doctors in our list. This government now doesn't suffer from any intellectual deficiencies according to the government. Do you believe that this is a governance makeover or a political makeover where across the country caste groups in critical election-bound states are being accommodated, or a bit of both?
Rajdeep, it is a shrewd political move at course correction and image building. And why do I say that? Non-performing ministers, political lightweight ministers, those who had turned out to be liabilities in significant ways have been sent out and replaced with people who would contribute to what I would call as social engineering in the Council of Ministers, better political image management of the Council of Ministers, and more effective regional representation of the country. This, I think, is basically the attempt that you see. For me, most critical, Rajdeep, will be the portfolio allocation. And let me just make one more point. For me, the matter which I would like to really look at is the cabinet within this Council of Ministers. For me, that's the most crucial.
Sure. Particularly, we are waiting for those portfolios, particularly the economic ministries, health and education.
Cabinet ministers have joined. So I think that is, for me, the most crucial. We are talking too much about the portfolios of the 6 resigned cabinet ministers. For all you know, they may go to existing cabinet ministers. So I think it's still early days to talk about who will be the mainstay of this new government.
Rahul Srivastav, you're better placed because you track the party to know what is the larger message that was being sent out today. Because when you look at the headlines, they're at one level that the health minister has been removed, the IT minister has been removed, the INB minister has been removed, who's also holding environment. Is it the exits that are being looked at closely or the entrants? We're still trying to understand the central message. Is there a central message? Are we going to now see a influx of talent into the key ministries that will perhaps refurbish this government's image in a midterm as a mid-course correction?
Rajdeep, more one looks at the changes which have brought in, I think it's a new generation being bled in as far as the Council of Ministers is concerned, both in terms of administrative acumen and as far as their political prowess can be. Why I say that, if you look at this Council of Ministers now, till now there were 4 ministers, I think, from the Vajpayee era. Rajnath Singh, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Ravi Shankar Prasad and Santosh Gangwar. Now only 2 are remaining. Means out of the 77, you have got 75 people who had nothing to do with ministerial job in Delhi and the central government before 2014. Now that's a very interesting development that all these, lot of them are new people. Interestingly, if we talk about a generational change, if the Prime Minister wanted to bring about a big ticket change, their top ministries are not, till now we know that they have not been changed. Second is that you do not have big faces as far as these new people who have been brought in, while those who have been exited the Council of Ministers were heavyweights, political heavyweights of the BJP in the last few years. Eventually, what it means is that a huge political fix has taken place.
Who's the heavyweight? I just want to understand. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Prakash Javadekar, can you quickly tell us why there's a lot of speculation as to why they've been made to resign. Can you tell us what is the inside story?
Rajdeep, a lot of versions are coming out right now. I think the dust will settle when we know. Eventually, some sections are saying that there were performance issues. About Mr. Javadekar, some people are saying there were issues with the RSS. This time around, with BL Santosh very active as far as assessing, along with the Prime Minister and Amit Shah, what is called the sectoral review of ministries and others. The RSS played a serious role. There were some complaints. But there is one very strong view that, because remember, Rajdeep, these large number of portfolios were given to them by the Prime Minister because they were senior leaders. Now, many other ministers who have had multiple portfolios have had problems with their portfolios. Say, for example, civil aviation, Air India hasn't gotten anywhere, disinvestment gotten anywhere. There have been issues in urban development. So does that non-performance criteria fit them? Or the version which is coming out in the last 1 hour, that perhaps the government is worried about the image and the perceptions over the last few months. It needs stronger voices than the current lot of spokesperson which the BJP has as far as the defense and perception building or perception defense is concerned. And that is why these omissions could be rated differently. One will have to wait and see.
So the
But I think it is the political fix. Rajdeep, eventually the target is 2024. It's an election machinery which will improve its administrative delivery and the political equations balancing act largely to target itself toward 2024.
Okay.
The underline is 2024.
Underlying is 2024. Manisha Priyam, you're looking at the